Okay, so you can't hold this against me, but today I want to talk to you about a movie from the 1980s called Bull Durham. Hi everybody, my name is Ed Trevors. I'm an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I get to serve in the beautiful town of Shelburne, Nova Scotia, in the parish of Christ Church, Shelburne. Now, anybody that's seen Bull Durham knows that it's a movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's incredibly funny. One of my all-time favorite movies. It just happens to be filled with just about every four-letter word that we have ever invented in the English language. But there's a character, and Kevin Costner plays this character in the movie. And he goes through something that's really kind of fascinating. And it's really what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you today about finding our victories, patting ourselves on the back, appreciating what we've accomplished. Now, I'm not talking about blowing your own horn and making more out of something than it really is. I'm talking about accepting victory in a humble, sensitive, and yet empowering way. So Costner's character in the movie, his name is Crash. And Crash Davis, he is a huge hitter, big home run hitter. He's the back catcher of a team. He's the grizzled veteran that the team brings in to work with their hot shot, headstrong rookie pitcher. And Kevin Costner's character, we find out later on in the movie that he is this close to hitting the minor league record for home runs. And his girlfriend in the movie, she tells him, it's like, this is something that people need to know about, and he's kind of defensive about it. Then he says, no, it's one of those dubious honors. Now, see, Crash goes on, later in the movie it tells you that spoiler alert, he goes on, he hits the minor league record, and then he quits. He retires from the game. But he sees it as a dubious honor because if he hit the minor league record of 247, then that would mean he spent way too much time in the minors. And that while he could hit minor league pitchers, he couldn't hit the big league pitchers. So whereas I would see it as a huge accomplishment, he would see it as it's actually a sign of his failure. It's not something that he's proud of. Because what it means to him is that he was stuck in the minor leagues his entire career. Now, I don't want to get into dissecting the movie, and I don't want to get into dissecting Crash too much, though as a character, he's actually really, really, really fascinating. And there's some other things that I want to talk to you about later on in another video. But the thing that strikes me about this particular accomplishment is something that I think we see a lot in small towns, and I think we see it a lot in small provinces. And it's this sense that I've achieved something, but it's not that big a deal because, well, I only did it here. I achieved something, but it's not that big a deal because it doesn't really compare to what somebody else has done, where somebody else is. We have to throw that logic away. We have to accept the fact that we are capable and have done amazing things. And we've got to throw away the concept of where we've done it, who may have done it better, or who may have done it more. None of that stuff matters. See, our accomplishments are the things that are going to boost us to do the next thing. A few years back, I wrote a play, and I thought it was a decent play. You're never going to see it on Broadway, though. Right? You're never going to see it. You're never going to see it playing major theaters in Toronto or Montreal or London, England. You're not going to see it at Stratford. But I was really happy with it. I liked how it turned out. My community seemed to like how it turned out. That inspired me to make to write the next one, which I've just finished. But I can look at that and say, oh yeah, great. I wasted 6 months or a year of my life writing 100 pages that's never going to make it out of Shelburne. Or I can pat myself on the back and say, man, I wrote a play. I put 100 pages together that made sense, that was entertaining, had people laughing, it had people crying. That's a real achievement. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it made me famous. What matters is that I achieved it. It didn't matter. It shouldn't have mattered to Crash that he didn't hit 247 big league homers. It should matter to him that he hit 247 in the minor leagues. 400 feet is 400 feet. Bottom line in all this, what I want to leave you with today is pretty simple. You're going through life, and sometimes life is really hard. But every day you're achieving something. It's up to you. So don't wait for the rest of the world to do it. It's up to you to recognize what you've accomplished. It's up to you to pat yourself on the back for it. It's up to you to use those accomplishments to springboard yourself into the next one. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. I can't wait to see what I'm going to do next. Today in the comments below, I would love to hear you pat yourself on the back for something that you've done. Please share whatever you like, but I would love to hear you pat yourself on the back for something that you've done. May God bless you. May God keep you. May God make his face shine upon you. May he be always gracious to you. May you know the peace of God's presence in your life. Amen. Thank you, everybody, for spending this time with me. Thank you for choosing to be here today. I pray God's blessings will be upon you. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button down below. If you'd like more of our content, hit subscribe. If there's something that you want us to talk about, if there's something you want to make mention, please feel free to leave a comment. I will be praying for you. Please say a prayer for me. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.